G'day folks, today I'm somewhere different, somewhere I've never fished before. I've made my way to Lake Eppalock. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Now I'm filming my introduction from way out here on the water because there's a couple of work trucks back at the boat ramp pumping water and there's quite a lot of noise. So I've come down here to get away from the noise. This is the Derrinal pool at Lake Eppalock. I don't know much about Eppalock, I've never really fished it. I know that there's redfin here, I know that there's yellowbelly here, I know that it's also stocked with Murray cod. I don't know whether there's any trout, I would assume there's carp. So I'm fishing new water, I haven't asked anybody for any advice or any tips. I'm just going to use my nous, my fishing nous, which is my fishing instinct, to see if I can work out how to catch some fish at Lake Eppalock. I'm going to start off trolling, and I'm going to troll this. I think this is one of the best all-round lures on the market. It's the small old mate. Redfin will hit it, yellowbelly will hit it, a Murray cod will even hit it. So I think that's the perfect lure for the job until I work out which fish are biting the best. If I start catching heaps of redfin, I might choose something a bit smaller. Let's see how it goes. In saying that, if I start catching heaps of redfin, I might just leave it on and just catch heaps of redfin. I might not catch anything today. This is all a bit of an unknown for me. The wind forecast for today was quite calm. I'm really hoping it calms off a little bit because it's a little bit topsy-turvy out here at the moment. I'm bouncing around like a cork. Check out this cliff face, how cool is that? I reckon cliff faces like that are great spots to find yellowbelly and Murray cod, whereas the grassy flats, such as up the other end of the boat ramp, are great spots to find redfin. In saying that, you'll get redfin here too, and probably yellowbelly and cod up there. I got snagged, and I paddled back over it and pulled it up and it came off, and as the lure came out there was a little fish that long followed it out. I reckon it was a redfin. I didn't get a real good look, I wasn't filming. All I saw was a really small little fish follow my lure out. And now because of the way the wind's blowing and it's quite rough here, it's not actually overly windy. It's just a huge big fetch, a huge big area. So I'm thinking that I might paddle up that way and make my way up there in the hope that it's not as windy. Oh, got him. Missed him. Bugger, just had a strike. Folks, I've hooked up my first ever Lake Eppalock fish, and I reckon it's about a 4-inch redfin. Look at that. My first ever Lake Eppalock fish. A tiny redfin, but I'm on the board. Now what I'm doing here, I'm just watching my rod closely. I want the lure to be touching the bottom occasionally. It was touching the bottom, so I've moved out a little bit, and now it's not, so I'll move back in a bit. If it's touching the bottom occasionally, that's good. Ideally, I want my lure swimming about a foot off the bottom. That'd be perfect. But the bottom is not completely flat, it goes up and down a bit. If it doesn't touch the bottom at all, well, it could be 10 meters off the bottom and not even know. And if it's just running the bottom the entire time, well, I'm in too shallow. So I want it to be a foot or so off the bottom. It hasn't touched the bottom for a while, so I'll move back in a bit closer to the bank. Starting to get a bit more relaxing now. There's no trucks pumping water, no unmuffled outboard motors, no groups of people with loud music blaring. And the wind hasn't dropped off, but I'm in a bay where it's a little bit calmer, so the water's a bit smoother. I can feel everything coming down. I can feel the relaxation kicking in. That's a fish. Got him. Have I still got him? I got him. He's a... Oh, I done him. Well, there might have been a yellowbelly, I reckon. That was too big to be a redfin, I think. Oh, bugger. I've missed the hookup, folks, but I'm on. I think it's another little weeny redfin. Might be bigger than the last one, but it's still not very big. Might not be bigger than the last one either. Might be smaller than the last one. Well, I'm getting a bit of action. It's not red hot fishing, but I've caught 2. And I've had one other, well, I had a couple of other strikes, but one was a really nice strike. Little redfin. See how I'm holding with my thumb in his mouth? You can't do that with silver perch because their mouth's too small. Little redfin. See you later, mate. I've got my spinning rod here with the soft plastic on it, ready to cast. I want to, if I can find a nice quiet little bay or something with a few redfin feeding in it, I might just cast the soft plastic around. But I've got the wind situation needs to change a little bit before I can do that. This is a very yellowbelly-ish looking area. It's not overly deep because my lure's running the bottom, so I'm going to reel a fair bit of line in just to try and have it diving a bit shallower. Just these big trees and structure and snags. It's a very yellowbelly-ish looking spot. As I get mighty close to this tree just here, I'm really starting to wish that I'd brought my my cod rod, just because it's got 50-pound line. It's got much stronger line, which means much less lure loss to snags. That lure is going to go right under that tree trunk. I'm in the water having a bit of a dip at the moment, just to get my long pants wet and get my shirt wet so that I don't feel so hot. And I've got to tell you, the water's actually very cool. I was up at Lake Hume swimming and fishing with Holly on the weekend, and the water was really pleasant to swim in. But this is actually, it's very refreshing, but it feels a lot cooler than Lake Hume for some reason. Folks, I've missed the hook up again, but I've hooked fish number 3. It's taken me a while. It's very slow, but I'm slowly but surely building a little score. I am going to be changing lures in a little while. I've got something different up my sleeve. Lake Eppalock tiddler. Gone. Righto folks, I'm going to change lures. I love these little old mate minis. I reckon they are ideal for this. But the fishing is a bit slow, and I've had a few strikes that haven't hooked up. They're probably from smaller fish. So I'm going to go to a smaller lure just to see if I can increase that hookup rate a little bit. I'm going to the little One Well Lunch Mini in Shiner colour. It's just a smaller, it's a skinnier lure, it's a smaller lure. I may increase the hookup rate with smaller fish, but I may decrease the chance of catching a bigger fish or catching a yellowbelly. In saying that, in my review video of this lure, I caught a Murray cod on one. So other fish will certainly hit them. But I reckon it's an absolute ripper for small redfin. Or for any size redfin. Tell you something about these really small lunches. They're a floating lure, and yet when I put it in the water, it really, really slowly sinks. It's just got a really slow negative buoyancy, and that's because of the swivel. If I take that swivel off, it actually floats. Alright, let's see how this goes. I've hooked up folks, I've missed the hookup again. And the reason I'm missing the hookup is because I'm going so long between strikes, it's just not worth me leaving the camera rolling. Look how small it is. It's actually about the same as the other 3. The very first fish that hit the lunch hooked up. Which is sort of what I was hoping would happen. Number 4, see you later. I'm really liking it here at Lake Eppalock. The fishing hasn't been nearly as good as what I'm used to at home in, say, Lake Hume or Lake Buffalo or Lake William Hovell. But I'm having a lot of fun. I'd love to get to know the lake a bit more. I will definitely be coming back. I'd love to fish off the bank here with worms on sunset and see what happens. I'll keep the camera rolling for a minute here because I've picked up a couple along this bit of a run.
Getting closer to the bank over there in this area.
Oh, there's a fish, got him. Didn't Didn't I tell you? It seemed to be just this area. I found a bit of a patch. This is going to be the biggest one today. It's still not a big fish, but it's bigger than the others that I've caught, unless I've looked it. No, it's definitely bigger. Nearly big enough to get a fillet off that one. Fish number 5 is the fish of the day. The first one that I've actually caught the strike on film. On the little one whale lunch in shiner colour. Isn't it funny, because the water's not as clear up here, the fish aren't as deep in colour, they're more of a silvery pale colour. Anyway, fish number 3, fish number 5, see you later mate. Fish number 3, selling myself short there. I'm just going to trawl this area for a while. I'm doing okay here. Just from that tree that's fallen over behind me there. It looks like it's laying down anyway underwater. I'm going to go, there's a touch, got him. Got another one, just like that, while I was talking. I was going to say, I'm just going to go down to those dead trees where I had a nice strike before. I'm just going to work from there to there. This couple of 100 metres here. I found an area, I found a zone. The last one was a nice fish, but this one's another little tiddler-widdler one. Go on. Yeah, so I'm just going to work this area from, there's a bit of timber in the water just over there, looks like maybe a tree laying down. From there up to the stand of three or four dead trees. Just going to go backwards and forwards and just work this area for a little while, because this seems to be working. That's a fish. I just started trolling. I put my lure back in. I wouldn't have trolled 5 metres. It's only a tiny fish. I wouldn't have trolled 5 metres. I wonder if it'd be worth casting the little soft plastic out. Geez, they're going after this shiner. Jeez, mate, you hit it too hard. See you later, buddy. I kid you not, that lure wouldn't have been in the water for any more than about probably 10-15 seconds when I hooked that fish then. Right now, shiner has just shone its last shine. I lost it on a snag. I'm thinking I might give this one a swim. This is the same lure. It's the 70mm one whale lunch. I think it's a Nero. The colour is Nero. Alright, when I was at primary school, the lady that used to run the sick bay was Mrs. Nero. She was a beautiful lady. Let's give Nero a run. Now I'm trawling back through the hot run, the run that's been running hot. Oh, there's a touch. I definitely had a strike then, but didn't hook up. There, he's tapped it again. He's tapped it. Oh, he's tapping. I can feel him. Got him. I can feel him tapping. He must be really small. Oh, good. That tells me that they're going to hit the Nero as well. He got off. You've got to be joking. I had him on and he got... Oh, no, he hasn't got off. He's just tiny. I could feel the lure swimming. He's actually not as small as some of the others. That was really weird. I could feel that lure swimming while the fish was on the fish must have just been coming straight in without any resistance. Oh well, looks like the redfin are happy to hit the Nero as well. It looks like maybe that black and orange colour combination might work well in this off-coloured water. See you later, mate. I resigned from my position as the president of the origami club. Now it's folded. Isn't that sad? It's very sad. I'm getting a lot more of the hookups on film now because I'm leaving the camera rolling. Just because I know there's a bit of a hot zone here, and as I trawl through it I'm picking a few fish up, so I'm able to leave the camera rolling as I go. There's one right now as I'm talking. Got him. I'm able to leave the camera rolling as I go without filling up memory cards and draining batteries. And I'm going home in a little while. It's getting super hot out here today. I'm having a lot of fun though. drop him off in the Derrinal pool and say, see you later, mate. I might just cast me a little striped tiger nymph around here for a few minutes. I have had a couple of times today where I've stopped and just cast a soft plastic and done no good. I don't know whether it's because the water's not real clear or because it was wind. It was quite a bit windier earlier, making it hard to see whether it sank properly. And let's touch. Let's end again. Oh, first cast into the hot zone. Let's touch. Oh, he's certainly hitting it. Was. Let's touch. Right under the kayak it is. You see that now as it's sinking. Got him. Very first cast with a soft plastic, a little striped tiger nymph. See you later, mate. Striped tiger nymph in white bait pearl colour with the claws removed. Just let that sink now. There's a fish on it already. Must have hit it while it was sinking. Feels a little bit bigger actually. Might just because there's more line out that it feels bigger. As it gets closer, it's starting to not feel big. There's a little bit, well, certainly bigger than the last one. He must have hit that while it was sinking. 2 in 2 casts. Gone. I'm on the redfin hat trick. I'd like to find a bigger one. Certainly found the zone. One thing I have figured out today at Lake Eppalock is that you've got to find a school. Like I fished for a couple of hours before I'd done much good. There's a toucher already. I found a school here, got him. I found a school here. You've got to find a school because I was going for like 45 minutes to an hour without a touch. I don't know what I've caught now. Must be 10 or a dozen small redfin. That's bigger again. Next one's going to be about 35 centimetres. Go on. Yeah, I've been fishing for about 3 hours now, and I think I've caught probably a dozen fish, and probably, I don't know, half of them have come in the last 10 or 15 minutes because I found a school. Let's touch. Still there. Let's touch. Got him. 4 in 4 casts. Talk about forecast. They forecast calm conditions today, and they've finally arrived because it was windy this morning. Right. You're the weatherman fish. 4 in 4 casts. You're on cast number 4. Righto. Can we get 5 from 5? I've cracked the code. I have cracked the code at Lake Eppalock. I've been flying by the seat of my pants all morning. I've been flying blind. And now I've cracked the code. I've got the right lure choices, found a good depth, found a good spot. Most importantly, I've found a school. Looks like I'm not going to get 5 from 5. And then again, yes I am. Oh, I missed it. He hit it. Nearly got 5 from 5. Is he still tapping it? No. I don't want to lift it out of the water. I want to get 5 from 5. I can hear a lot of carp jumping up here. Touch, got him. So it's 5 from 6. I missed out on cast number 5, but I'm going to get one on cast number 6. This is fun. I don't care that they're not big. This is so much fun. I am having the time of my life in the Derrinal pool at Lake Eppalock. Oh, something's hit that, got him. I thought it was taking a long time to sink. I think something was swimming with it. I'm thinking, there's a tap, something's tapping it. Got him. I was thinking, this is small, this one. I'm thinking, gee, that's taken a long time to sink. Then I realised that it was about 5 following it. Then I realised what was going on. A fish had it in its mouth and it was swimming with it. I've lost one of my tentacles, off my striped tiger nymph. That's alright, I'll still hit it. There must be roadworks nearby somewhere because there's been water carting trucks pulling up at that boat ramp and pumping water all day. It's very noisy over there. For that reason, I'm filming my closing scene way back here. Folks, this is the Darrenal Pool at Lake Eppalock. I've had a lot of fun. It was pretty slow for quite a while. It took me a while to crack the code. My tip for anybody else coming up here is to keep on moving. Keep moving around, trawling or trying different spots if you're bait fishing, looking for the schools. Because once you find a school, you'll find the fish. And there will be schools of larger fish in here in a lake this size, I have no doubt whatsoever. They probably are out deeper though. Anyway, folks, I've had a blast, Lake Eppalock. I will be back because I want to fish here on sunset one night. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed my Lake Eppalock fishing adventure. If you have, why not give the video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.